Welcome to the Gals Guide podcast. Join us on an adventure to get to know famous and infamous women from around the world. Each of our presenters has a pick. Is she ancient history? Is she breaking news? Is she safe for work? Well, that's up to each presenter. All we know is that...
Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
Welcome back. I'm Amy, and I'm joined by Katie, Leah, and Bonnie. We're spending a year focusing on personal and collective well-being by learning from women of history. This month's theme is Nourishment and the Table. Bonnie already talked about Claire Saffitz, but before I share my pick, I want to ask a question about well-being. I want to know, what's the thing that you eat when you don't feel like eating anything, you're either tired or don't have time, or you need a comfort food? What is your go-to meal?
I immediately go to Danny DeVito's answer from the movie Other People's Money. He offers another character a donut, and they said, "I'm not hungry." And he's like, "Since when do you have to be hungry to eat a donut?" And I believe I have followed that advice from Danny DeVito for the rest of my adult life. I will eat a donut anytime, any place.
Really? Isn't there like some, was it a Japanese term? I don't know what the word was, but I think it was like translating to eating not because you're hungry, but eating because your mouth is lonely.
Yeah.
Like that mindlessly eating thing.
Yep.
I was going to say a PBR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There you
Just
go.
a PBR. No. My answer would probably just be like boxed mac and cheese.
Oh, yeah.
Just a stovetop, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good one.
Or buttered toast.
Yeah.
Oh, always.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I have a sour tummy, that's the only thing that will really kind of like, I just want some buttered bread with butter.
Yeah. I know for a lot of people, the answer is cereal, but I feel like we've probably discussed it on the podcast. That's one of my unpopular opinions. I think cereal's gross. All kinds of cereal.
Yeah.
No.
I had Raisin Bran hurt me the other day, so I'm with you right now. The brand was not
cereal.
branding right now.
No.
Yeah.
I really like cereal, but some mornings I'm just like, oh, that's just too much chewing and spooning. That's like, it's too tired.
Too loud in your ears. You're like,
Like, no.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
I've
Jerry
never-
Seinfeld has a joke of cereal is eating and drinking at the same time.
Oh. Huh.
Yeah.
It explains so much. No, I've never been a cereal person. The adding the milk to the cereal. I'll eat dry cereal.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
but like the milk as a kid, I was just like, no, it gets soggy and weird.
Yep.
Like that was like
Then you got to rush.
Yeah, it was like a sensory thing. I can't do it. And then when I have like soup, like I don't eat a whole lot of soup, but with like vegetable soup and chili, I'll add a whole bunch of crackers in there because I'm like, then it's not a liquid anymore.
See, Bonnie, you probably would have liked having my mother as a mother. I think cereal was my first real betrayal in life, and it's left a bitter taste in my mouth because my mom used to feed me dry cereal, and I was at a friend's house when I was 3, and they started putting milk on top of their cereal, and I was like, what the fuck are you doing right
What is
now?
this new wizardry that you
Yes.
show me?
I had never seen it before in my life, and that's when I realized that my mother had been lying to me for 3 years.
Betrayal.
Yeah.
No, they always thought that I
Love
was
you,
a
Mom.
weirdo because I didn't want to put milk on it. It was a struggle with me and milk. I don't like milk either. Milk's a weird
It's kind of weird, isn't
liquid.
it? What do you eat,
Fair.
Bonnie?
I don't think I have like a go-to thing. I do have like a weird little snack thingy that I'll make. I'll do the instant rice or whatever, like minute rice stuff, and I'll do scrambled eggs to put in it, and then I'll usually get the little tiny pepperonis at the grocery store.
Oh, yeah.
Put that in it. So it's like a weird, I don't know, like a weird
It's a mix of
stir-fry.
things that you want.
Like,
yeah, it's kind of like a fried
If
rice.
I have
Yeah.
like some little onions or green peppers, I'll pop those in there. But yeah, and I'll put cheese in there, and it's just like a weird, I don't know, crunchy thing. And I probably put way too much salt in there because I don't really add seasoning, but I'll just add salt as I'm going.
I'd try it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like all
Give
those
it a go.
things.
Rice, I'm on board.
Yeah.
Exactly. Amy, what would yours be?
My fallback whenever if I'm sad, if I'm tired, if I just whatever, I always make a peanut butter and jelly.
Peanut butter jelly time.
It's a classic.
Whether sometimes on toast, sometimes I
Oh.
don't have bread and it's on like a hamburger bun. I don't even know.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes it's just peanut butter on a spoon from the jar.
Yeah.
I had that for breakfast last week.
Yeah, that's just it's comforting. I feel like it's not healthy, but it's something. I don't know.
There are worse
It
things.
works. Yeah, exactly. It's protein, peanut butter.
Yeah.
Yes. Soothing.
Probably technically counts as a fruit.
Yeah, I don't.
Right.
It's all the food groups. I'm sure it's perfect.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, and I mean, even like at my most sad, my husband will make a peanut butter and jelly and like bring it to me. Like, you have to eat
Aw.
something. And
Right.
it's like, this is the only thing I know you'll eat.
Right. It's the perfect the peace offering, that peanut butter and jelly. Yeah.
Yes, it is everything.
Now I want him to get those cookie cutters they make for kids' lunches where he'll bring you some in like the shapes of dinosaurs or trains.
Aww.
Or Tetris.
And he makes you like, fun shaped PBJs.
I have the thing that you can stamp your toast and it says I love you.
Oh,
There you
I love my
go.
peanut butter toast.
perfect. Awesome. Well, who do you have for us, Amy? I'm excited.
Well, I am going to talk about Alexis Nikole Nelson.
Sweet.
If you don't know who she is, if you ever scroll through any short form video on any platform, you may have seen a beautiful woman who looks like a fairy in a cottage core dress, picking leaves off a tree and eating them. And that is Alexis.
Right. Yep, there she is.
Yes.
Absolutely follow her on Instagram and love her.
Yes.
Freaking love her so much.
Oh, she's fantastic. She is Alexis Nikole. Nicole is with a K on some of the socials. And then she is also Black Forager. And that is how she sort of grew her following. She has, I think it's 7 million followers across all the platforms right now. But that's how she started. She started posting TikToks about foraging, especially in more urban areas and parks. She was born in 92 and she graduated from Ohio State in 2015 with a theater degree.
Oh, hey.
Yes. She started her Instagram in 2019, but her foraging roots started when she was just a toddler. Her mother has her roots in Cape Verde, Africa, and her mother was an avid gardener. She was outside all the time, just green thumb. And so, of course, Alexis was out with her, and her mom would show her all the different plants. And one of Alexis's first memories about plants is her mom. She was just 3 years old, and her mom told her to go over to this patch of grass that was a little taller than the rest of the grass and to pluck a blade and break it and smell it and tell her what she smells.
Oh.
And she did, and it smelled like garlic and onions. It was onion grass.
Nice.
And that just opened a door in little baby Alexis's mind. And all she wanted to do after that was smell all the plants and see what smells like food out in the yard.
I love it.
Yes. And her dad is Black and Iroquois.
Nice.
And so his roots, not only from being sort of an indigenous culture, but he just loved cooking. So he was always in the kitchen and cooking things from the garden and, experimenting with flavor and seasonings. And so food was a big part of her early life. She just loved it. Unfortunately, she went through a short period where she had some disordered eating. She said that she was always a bigger girl. And of course, in the 90s and 2000s, that was not the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone was very thin. Her mom was very aware of it. And as many of our moms did, with the
Tried so
best of
hard, but
intentions,
yeah.
was always like, maybe you should go do some leg lifts instead of watching TV and having a snack or whatever. And so that really got in her head. And
Yeah.
she said that for a long time, she kind of shut off that part of that enjoyed foods and flavors and all of that.
Yeah.
Um, After she graduated college with a theater degree, of course, she went through a period where she didn't have a lot of money.
Right? Like you do.
And yes, and she said that she got very tired of just eating ramen, and she remembered her mom and her foraging, and when she would take these long walks, the long walks were part of her disordered eating, but she would take these very long walks and she would see some of the plants that her mom had taught her about. And so she started gathering those plants to sort of zhuzh up her ramen, basically.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah,
I like that
and
connection. Yeah.
yes, yes. And so that was really how she started sort of foraging in more urban areas. And she posted her first video to Instagram in 2019. And she just sort of started uh, cultivating that persona that she has now, where it's very much she looks like a fairy. She has a lot of humor. She makes a lot of jokes. She sings songs, the whole thing. And she really started cultivating that. And it really touched a nerve, especially during the pandemic. And she
Yeah.
just started getting a lot of followers. During the pandemic, she posted a video where she said, um, if you're scared to go to the grocery store,
Right.
look in your yard. You might have something you can eat out there. And then she started showing how to
Yeah.
forage in your own yard.
That's a perfect time and place for it, and self-soothing as well.
Yeah, yeah, and it really became more important to her, especially as her following grew.
Mhm.
She very much also focuses on foraging as part of Indigenous and African American culture.
Yeah.
A big focus for her, because of course, being online, people have asked her, "Why are you Black Forager? You're just a forager. What does that have to do with it?" And
Right.
she said clearly it has everything to do with it, because enslaved peoples were not given a lot to eat. Their rations were pretty much just bacon fat and some cornmeal. I mean, so they had to learn how to forage in a country that wasn't their own, in a climate that's not their own.
Mhm.
They had to learn what plants you could eat and what plants were medicine.
Mhm.
And it was very supplemental to their nourishment, was to
Yeah.
go out and to find all of these plants. And so for her, that's very important. And in a lot of her videos, she does talk about not only just eating the plant that she currently has, but also historically how that plant was used.
Nice.
She is also a big advocate to talk about trespassing laws.
Ooh,
And
yes.
and how trespassing laws grew out of the end of slavery and emancipation.
Right.
And she posted a really interesting interview with a scholar who's actually studied this, and about how early settlers didn't have any sort of private property rules. It was
Right.
similar to how England had, where there was right of way and you could walk. You don't get up in someone's house, but even if somebody owns the land, you can walk through it, you can hunt on it.
Yeah.
It's shared resources.
Right.
And what happened is, over time, especially after the slaves were emancipated, there's actually journal entries and things that this professor found where these former slave owners were saying things like, oh, well, you can't starve a Negro because they can find all these things in the wild.
Right.
And so these
they have
laws
to.
came about
Yeah.
from people wanting to block emancipated slaves by saying you can only forage on your own land. But of course, none of these people were allowed to own land.
Right.
It was the same for any impoverished people also. It was just a way to suppress anybody who was impoverished by saying you can only forage things off of your property. And of course, nobody was allowed to have property.
Right.
And it was a way to get these people back to working not as slaves, but basically as slaves to harvest the crops, because of course all these landowners had lost all of their labor. And it's all tied together. It's really interesting. And she posted a long interview with this professor, and it was just fascinating, because you just don't think about things like that. You always think of America as being this, don't get on my property. It's my land, and America, and this is, I can do what I want. I don't want an HOA or whatever.
Right.
I'll burn all these leaves. I don't care if it's windy or whatever is going on. But
fire starters.
Honestly, that's not how it started. That's not what the founding fathers had in mind either. So it's really interesting. But she mentions that often when being interviewed and things like that. She also is a fabulous cook. The creative recipes and things that she comes up with from what she foraged are just phenomenal. She used magnolia tree buds as sort of a ginger flavor in cookies, and that recipe got very famous. I've seen her just make the most phenomenal things out of stuff growing out of the sidewalk, honestly.
Nice.
It's just fascinating to watch. She has won numerous awards and has gotten numerous accolades, and they are also well-deserved. In 2020, she was one of the Forbes 30 under 30.
Sweet.
Which, honestly, that is a pretty big honor for somebody who's eating sidewalk leaves on TikTok. Let's be honest.
I like it, though. Yeah.
Yes. In 2022, she was part of the first TED Talk series that was after COVID.
Oh, nice.
It was in Vancouver, and she went to Vancouver Harbor, and she pulled up some kelp, and she came to TED Talk and made some kelp chips.
Hey.
Like so that's just so interesting. Also in 2022, she won a James Beard Award, which is one of her, it's one of her most favorite accolades. She still can't believe that it happened. Yeah. She was the first winner of James Beard's Influencer Award for social media.
I'm glad there is one.
There is one.
Yeah.
And she was the first winner. And of course, she won it not only for her foraging, but for just the creativity of her recipes and how delicious everything is.
Lovely.
She's also done a 15-episode crash course. If you're not familiar with Crash Course, the author John Green and his brother Hank Green do sort of self-guided classes on YouTube, and they're called Crash Course, and they cover a variety of topics. They bring in an expert, and you kind of can take your own little college class at your own pace. So she has one on foraging.
Nice.
And she also was on an episode of Eat This with Yara, which is a food program, and her episode was called The Awful Truth About Trespassing Signs.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Yes, I watched it. It was very good. And it won a Daytime Emmy.
Oh, yay!
So she has won an Emmy, a James Beard Award. Yes, all these things. Last year, she was one of Time Magazine's top 100 creators.
Nice.
So the fact that she can take up that space with such a niche thing of eating leaves from the ground, basically, the fact that has really caught on and made a spark that has taken her this far, it's just so interesting to me to think about people now in society now, I mean, we have it easy. We just go to the grocery store.
Mhm.
No one needs to forage really anymore.
Or
But
even remember a recipe because we can
yeah,
Google it or look it up or find it in a book. But yeah, just knowing these things. Yeah.
and these are flavors that no one's had.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never eaten whatever sand cherry, but
Right.
now I want to because she found them growing in a Costco parking lot and she picked them and ate them right there at Costco, and she posted a TikTok that was called "Free Cherries at Costco."
Perfect.
A plant that just happens to grow delicious cherries. So it's just really interesting. And also a big thing for her is putting an African American woman into nature.
Yes.
I talked about this before when I talked about black birders and
Yes.
having African American people in that nature space, and how it can be unsafe. It can be not a good place. Even if it's safe, you may still be frowned upon, or that's just not like what, Black people are urban, and
Right.
having somebody out hiking and, foraging, it's just not, that space has not been reserved
And it
for
shouldn't
African
be
American
foreign.
people.
That's the thing. And yet it still has this perception to it. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
That narrative.
yes. And so she also sees herself as being a role model for African American people doing these kind of things. And I
being
think
unapologetic about it as well.
and just like doing what you enjoy.
Yeah.
Like, I like hiking, let's go. Or I want to camp, let's
I love
but
that.
a little tidbit that I just found it so, I don't know, touching. I don't know how to explain it. She did say that her style, the sort of cottagecore flowery dresses or pioneer looking style, and she wears a lot of very like glittery makeup. Her makeup is very like elfin and whimsical.
Yeah.
She carries a little basket backpack to forage in instead of just having a bag or whatever. I mean, it is all very curated. And she said that was on purpose. She said that when she first went out to forage, she wanted to look as soft and undangerous as possible.
Yeah.
Because of the worry of being like, I'm in the park and I'm, taking food. And so I just want to look as unthreatening as possible. And that just really struck me.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that style, it's very fashionable right now. I mean, and it's stunning and she looks stunning, but I just wonder, I'm like, well, what would you wear if you didn't feel you had to look like a fairy? I mean, it's
or
so
if you
fascinating to me.
Didn't have to be afraid. Like,
yeah,
what would you wear if you didn't have to be judged or be
would
afraid?
you just throw on leggings and a t-shirt and like go? I mean,
right?
Yeah, so it's
Valid
all
question.
it's just so interesting. I thought that just really devastated me when she said, because I thought when you see her social media, I mean, it's darling. I mean, you just fall into that world of
she's super cute.
This gorgeous little elf out twinkling around, being hilarious and singing songs and picking, Costco cherries. I mean, it is just delightful. But the thought of that sort of artifice also
for safety
is just so heartbreaking to me. I don't know, because especially when you see a lot of white, like even trad wife style influencers that have adopted that look, that sort of prairie look, and they're a completely different reason.
right.
It's so interesting to me. But I just had to mention that because I thought that was such an important part of it. Was just a throwaway line from some interview, but it just stuck with me really hard.
It's definitely some wisdom and a question to kind of chew on as well. And I use that metaphor intentionally because we're talking about Nourishment the Table, but just something to kind of chew on and think about all the different nuances to that.
Yeah. And every time now you realize everyone on social media has a curated look.
Right.
And
of course.
it's always
Mhm.
interesting
A brand.
yeah, I mean, it's always interesting to see the reasoning behind it. And,
Yeah.
influencers who look similar to each other. And, I find all that really interesting. And
Yeah.
this was just another piece to that puzzle. And I did want to also just mention again, her recipes are amazing.
Mhm.
If you watch her, she's very clear on safety. She does a whole thing on plants and mushrooms and things that look similar
yeah.
and which ones are
Mhm.
safe and which ones aren't safe. It's really important. Her tagline is happy snacking, don't die. Because
Yes.
she says at the end of every video. Also, her recipes are usually vegan, not only just because of plants, but because she
Mhm.
is, and I will sing it the way she does, a filthy vegan. But she sings it
Yes.
every time. But her partner isn't. She absolutely acknowledges when you're making the recipe. She's like, use butter, use cheese. I don't care. Throw some hamburger in there. I don't care. She's like,
Right.
I'm just making this for me. So it's very, I feel like the bar to that sort of veganism is very low for her. Like it's a
Yeah.
nice gateway into like eating more plants.
Mhm.
And
She makes it approachable, but then also if you're not feeling it on that particular day, all right, be you.
right. I mean, she's kind of like, you can follow my recipe or you can add whatever you want. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But so
It's a
I just
starting
think that
spot.
she's very interesting. And if you are interested in foraging or cooking with foraged foods and you don't want to watch TikTok, her cookbook will be out this year.
Yeah. She's on
Nice.
YouTube as well. I know that's where I usually walk in and my husband's watching. And I'll be like, oh, she's adorable. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been waiting for a cookbook for her to come out. Like for years, I'm like, how does she not have a cookbook yet? And I saw that she had like a deal for one, but it hadn't been like I'm like, we need this like
Yes.
yesterday. So excited. The way
So-
I was freaking out, she was announced to be a guest on gosh, now I'm freaking out what the heck that channel is. That Game Changer. That's not the channel. Shoot.
She's been on
The
everything.
show is called Actually, but it's on you can get a subscription service
Yes.
to it. But she was on Actually in the same episode. Well, first I saw her, and then I saw that Thomas Sanders was also going to be in the episode, and I was losing my shit for months. Like every time we turn on TV, I'm like, we got like 2 weeks. Josh is going to be on the thing. Like,
right.
I was
Yeah,
so
I really
excited.
I feel that she really uses her theater for all it's worth. I mean, and just her singing voice is lovely, and the scripting, the editing, they're wonderful videos, just entertaining to watch. I mean, I certainly do not cook, and I do not forage anything except the occasional pawpaw because they're delicious. But
Exactly.
and I'm from Indiana, if any of you know. But she just showed up in my feed out of nowhere, and then I watched probably an hour of her content because it was just so much fun and approachable.
You're like, I want more of this. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like I want to see what she's wearing, and I want to see what she's making, and I need to see her dog again. I need to see her cat again. Her cat's name is Push Pop. And her dog's name is Colonel Mustard.
Yeah.
These are also very important things that I must impart on the podcast.
Exactly. Every bit of trivia helps connection. Oh, fantastic. Any other questions or things that you guys love about Alexis?
Well, I just looked it up, and her cookbook is out in September of this year, and it is called Happy Snacking, Don't Die.
Nice.
Snacking, don't die.
There you
Die.
go.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Gonna have to get it.
Oh, and if you get a chance, it is on YouTube. The episode that she won the Emmy for, the cooking with or eat this with Yara, it was so good. And it was so entertaining. They were very funny together.
I will put a link in the show notes. How about that?
Yes. And they made these dumplings that looked so delicious. And I was just sitting here going, have I ever made a dumpling? Like, do I even know what those are? Like,
Right.
What, like, is this a dumpling? Like, I don't
Take it.
understand what's happening, but it looks very good.
Yeah. It's dumpling-ish.
One of the oldest tabs that I have open of my like 200 tabs is, I don't know how I stumbled across it on the Indianapolis Public Library. It's, if you love Alexis Nikole, you'll like these. And it's, I refused to like close that tab. I was like, I need to get to that. So like,
Need all of these things, right?
yes.
The
Yeah.
list.
It's so interesting too, because she actually mentioned an urban forager from Indianapolis.
Oh, nice.
His name is
Oh.
Greg, and I think he either is still or was one of the chefs at Tinker Street.
Mhm.
Yes, and he
Hmm.
has a social media channel where he forages in Indianapolis, and I followed him real quick just because I wanted to put that on the back burner.
Yeah.
I wanted to see what I could
Have
get.
more in your
Can I
life.
get anything in my yard?
Right,
I don't know.
exactly. What's around
It's
me?
all weeds. There's not a single blade of grass. So
If I remember, I'm pretty sure she's in Ohio, so I think it would be similar to here.
yes, yeah, she's in Ohio, but she does travel a lot, and
Mhm.
she will, like, if she is somewhere for work or for vacation or something.
Oh, yeah,
usually
explore.
find something. Yes, because the parking lot cherries, I think we're in. I don't know where they were.
Gotcha.
But-
In a Walmart, yeah.
But yes, but the Costco cherries were not in Indiana. They were
Oh,
somewhere.
okay. There you go. Oh, nice. Well, do you want to wrap us up, or would you rather prefer me wrapping us up? What do you think?
You can wrap us up.
I will totally do that for you. So that wraps us up for us this week. Join the Gals Guide podcast next week as we learn more about nourishment and the table. Thanks for listening. That's another woven thread into our personal and collective well-being tapestry. If you loved learning about women's history or are looking for some self-care, discover even more community and care at galsguide.org. Until next time, keep sharing women's stories.